name is Prince Kevin Fineface, and today we're going to be directing the ceremony today. But prior to when we're going to start up officially, it became the wisdom of the chairman and the inner caucus team, with the permission of His Excellency, the acting High Commissioner, to have this session so as to maximize the time that we've actually been here. In order to, we all agreed, like I said earlier, that while we were going around on the tour, His Excellency had given us a master class. It's a preview of some of the things, some of the questions some of us have. In our panel sections, we also have a list of questions that we had written to ask, and this is one opportunity we have. So you feel free. We're going to hand over the microphone to His Excellency, but before that, I'm going to be giving a preview of some of the questions I believe in the minds of the investors that have traveled all the way from Nigeria, the real estate developers, to this place. You did justice, Your Excellency. I listened to you, giving us the insight of the opportunities that we have in Rwanda. Now, the International Real Estate Summit and Exhibition themed Understanding the Real Estate Value Chain in International Relevance. Here are a strategic set of insightful and engaging questions that we'll look at, going to be asking. What does the real estate value chain look like in Nigeria and Rwanda? The investment and policy questions we're looking at, I'm sure we heard where those of our partners in Rwanda, yeah, she was giving us some insights on the financing opportunity, the value chain and deep dive. We're also looking at, we're going to be looking at the cross-country partnership opportunities. Financing and technology questions also there. What innovative financing models are being used in Nigeria and Rwanda? His Excellency was able to give us some insights on that of Rwanda, and we also have been doing that for the past 30 years, like you also mentioned, in Nigeria. Sustainability and urbanization. We have youth, skills and employment, international and regional relevance, and we have questions that say, how do global market trends influence our domestic real estate priorities, and how can cross-country synergy improve resilience? So on that note, Your Excellency, I would like to give the microphone for you to take on. But before that, the chairman is going to take up this section and give us a small short address. Thank you.
Thank you, Prince Fineface, for ensuring that we're able to start off with something. Your Excellency and my dear colleagues, I want to especially thank you for making out time, especially traveling all the way from Nigeria to Rwanda, Kigali to be specific, to have some level of discussion and interface with developers in this city. Real estate, as we all know, is focused on providing houses for people. Like I always say, that housing has a basic need for man. The importance cannot be overemphasized. Having the three basic needs of man, housing seems to be the most important of all of them. I keep on repeating that the essence of housing is to create comforts and to create investments. And as developers, we look at these two. Creating comfort is a social phenomenon, and creating investment is the business aspect of it. It is very, very important that we all realize it and work towards it. Because like His Excellency said earlier, creating or rather providing homes, or rather providing shelter for people is something that every developer should see as a basic responsibility. Because when you as an individual or as a developer sees it in that angle, your emotions, your sentiments, your attitude, even beliefs and values tend to go towards that direction. I am someone who believes in the decent underline decent and affordable housing. Because it is a basic need of man, I stress that particular aspect very, very well. Coming to Rwanda for purpose of this summit is to actually help our members to understand how real estate is done in other climes in order to be able to gain. Luckily for us, we have the privilege of having His Excellency with us who seems to understand the market dynamics of real estate development or housing as it were in general. He has spoken with us on the financial aspect, spoken with us on the business, as well as the social aspect of it. So it is important that all of us we begin to say it this way. Um, what he said just when he was talking is what I we discussed with the governor of Edo State a couple of months ago or weeks ago, and when he decided that what he is going to be doing now is to take up the old houses in Benin City and give it to developers, pay off the owner of those mud houses that are located in the center of the city, and then relocate the owners of those houses, and then we begin to have the ancient city becoming the ancient modern city, and that's actually his dream. So what we are doing is to ensure that government's ideas and policies come into play. In Abuja, recently, our survey shows that the real estate developers in Abuja actually are responsible for the production of about 88.28% of the houses in Abuja, while the government produces about 0.18%, while the private developer, that is individual developers, takes the other about 11%. So you can therefore see the importance of the Real Estate Developers Association or as a group in ensuring that Nigerians are properly housed. And we also have an issue that has created a whole lot of problem for developers, which is the issue of diaspora clients, that it has to do with the ease of them buying properties directly back home in Nigeria. Because Nigeria has been on the grey list of the money laundry, it has been very, very difficult because every developer probably has a domiciliary account, but unfortunately, I can say that all the domiciliary accounts are actually empty without any money in it, because the possibility of people paying money into your account is a very, very difficult one because of that situation we are in. Hopefully by August, Nigeria will be exiting that. Between on the 4th and 5th of August this year, Nigeria will be exiting the grey list because we had a review last week. That was Thursday. We had a review last week, Thursday. And it seems that we have, out of the 40 conditions, at this point we have actually been able to meet 38 out of it, which is an A plus. So, and we're hoping that the government itself will play its own part in ensuring that the other 2% is taken care of. So, these are some of the things we need to understand and work with, because if we are coming to Rwanda, it means that we are actually going to be having a local business in Rwanda. It's not actually, we have to bear it in mind that it's really not an international business we are doing in Rwanda. If we have to come to Rwanda, it's a local business, because you have to be a Rwanda developer who is earning Rwanda money. Because if you are actually expecting that unless we are able to take a Rwanda investor into Nigeria, which His Excellency is trying very hard to help us actually achieve, we will end up just doing a local business. But we also hope that at the end of the day, every aspect that affects our business as in regards to policy are eventually taken care of, because like Fine Face was telling me just now, some of the policy that has to do with housing in Nigeria our association has the responsibility of formulating this policy and bringing it to the attention of the government, because the government on its own will not be able to know exactly what we are doing unless we bring it to their own attention. So, as little as this gathering is, we should be able to come up with ideas which we can present to government and say, look, this is what we think, having a comparative analysis and all that, so that we can begin to grow in our business, and at the same time providing houses for Nigerians and every other person in the world. Thank you. I hope we'll take it off from here. And once again, I want to welcome everybody and thank you for joining us in Rwanda. God bless you.
Thank you, everybody. Formally, let me say welcome to Kigali. And I think the chairman has elaborately laid out the focus, the intentions, and what you are all here for. Agreed. Also, we have been discussing on the sidelines things. We've talked about so many things. We, like I mentioned earlier, at the Nigeria High Commission, we're excited actually and, to partner with you, because I took over early anyway, just about 6 months ago, January. And I think since I took over, this is, apart from people that come for retreat and so on, it's perhaps the only purpose fit visit that I've had from a group of associations coming specifically to showcase what they're doing, showcase the country, and also look for prospects of partnership. And I think, I must say, the theme of your summit is not only apt, it's very, very important at this time. And it aligns with my own team vision of trying to strengthen more collaborations. Personally, I'm a Pan-Africanist. So it aligns with me very well in the sense that bringing the two associations together. Like I said earlier, Nigeria and Rwanda has enjoyed a long history of diplomatic relations and very mutual friendly relations, as is evident from even how smoothly all of you came without any issue. But there is a need to further strengthen the relations at the level of people to people, business to business. Initiatives like this, a B2B partnership, is what will further strengthen our bilateral relations. We already have fantastic relations at the level of education, military training, and so on, and within the international forum. And I believe now another important area will also come in, and that is the real estate. I know for a fact that recent, the real estate sector in Rwanda has been thriving, and largely also due to deliberate government policies that attracts investment in the area, infrastructure development, and also streamlining the processes for ease of doing business. And those are the things that have attracted investments into the country, including the real estate sector. You will definitely find a friendly climate in terms of doing business for those of you exploring prospects of doing it here. Also, you will come to know that Rwanda has also put its mark on the continent now, as in terms of orderliness in doing things, procedures. It's evident that you can see that there are no hidden processes in terms of transparency. What you see is what you get from the websites, technology, innovations, and it's a country largely driven by young people at the helm of all the key sectors, like the Rwanda Development Board. Almost all the regulatory bodies in this country are driven by young people who also are bringing new ideas, new initiatives comparable to what is applicable in all advanced world. Like I mentioned earlier,
mortar and bricks. In so many economy, in the Western economy, the real estate, if the economy is not doing well, you feel it first in the performance of the real estate. And if the economy is doing well, the real estate industry will be booming. Though in Africa here, we've not gotten there, but we are going there. And why I find myself in real estate, I'm comfortable in it because of a lot of prophecies in the Holy Book that has to do with real estate land. The promised land we are talking about, whether in the Quran or in the Bible, is not a promised land, it's land, a prosperous land somewhere. The Lord sold as a promised land, and they are fighting, and nations are killing themselves for. If you also look very well, the ongoing war, whether between Rwanda and other country, between America or just talk about it, something is happening somewhere in one land that attracts attention. I was told back when you have a land, you have what is happening down there on surface and up the land. I was surprised the last time I came to Rwanda, from Nigeria to Rwanda was about 3.5 or 4 hours. But this time around, slightly above 5 hours. And I asked the authority, what happened? They said, well, there's a particular region we have to avoid. That is a real estate of interest. That is not in conformity with the Rwanda government. You have to. So a real estate interest make our journey somehow to be longer than necessary. So it is a very fundamental thing talking about real estate. I was made to know recently that we have 3 lords in the world. When you go to law court, you have my Lord. The judge is a Lord. Jesus Christ, our Lord, is a Lord. And the third category of Lord is the landlord. So when you have a property, when you have a land, you are among the lords. And that's how I want to congratulate all of us for being among the lords. Having said that, it would have been more interesting I agree that we can find most of the information online. But it would be nice for us to also have locals, the authorities, that can go beyond what's on the internet. There are some things on the internet, but the interpretation, the meaning, the connotation, what led to it being on internet could also be of a help for some of us that want to come into the environment. You cannot succeed in what you don't understand. And that is why this forum is very important. You cannot succeed in what you don't understand. I want to be a major player in the industry here. It's also good for us to understand the nitty-gritty. Like somebody mentioned to me, or the lady is out of here earlier, and I had it the last time I came, that, well, it's nice to read those things online, publicity, PR, but then investment is doing well here. By the time when you want to repatriate your money, I'm sure our president and our ambassador may not be the right person to talk into that. To repatriate your money out of the country may be a challenge. And I'm aware all countries in the world too want to protect the capital in their country. But then, an investor coming here, we also need to know if I need to repatriate part or all of my investment, what do I need to do? It's good for us to know that. Because coming, Ambassador mentioned earlier that people trust us, and when we are coming, a lot of people will come with us. Like when I go to Abuja property market, the first 100 clients I had, 70% of them are those that follow me from where I was coming from. They just said that Boeing is in Abuja. They don't even care where the property is, the price. If Boeing is in Abuja, I want to be part of Boeing in Abuja. And they pay without even seeing the property. We are coming to Rwanda. A lot of people also want to say, Boeing is in Rwanda, I'm coming with Boeing. If tomorrow, they also want to say, okay, I need the money, maybe I have a child in Canada, I need to repatriate the money from Rwanda to Canada or to America, or I want to repatriate back home, I have the need for the money. It's need for us to also know this. It's also a selling point for us who are making presentation to them. Yet you are investing in Rwanda, where you want to get your money, X, Y, Z also need to be done. Mr. Celeste mentioned earlier, I'm sure our host here could not answer convincingly, the role of a new policy, the dollarization of Rwanda economy. Because the concept I have in mind before is to tell my client back home, invest in Naira, Nigerian Naira, and earn in dollar. Now it's no longer like that with the new policy.
Not necessary.
Okay.
Because you are making statements instead of questions. So that we
Okay.
making it difficult for us to.
Okay.
If you expect us to give you feedback, then state the questions.
Okay.
Then leave us to tell you what.
Okay. I'm concluding now. Invest in Nigerian Naira may not necessarily. Can we still recoup this money in dollar? If you are recouping it, how can we recoup money and repatriate this fund back? Thank you very much, Sir Excellency.
Well, thank you so much. If I get to, you have two questions. One is in respect of the policy of the country, particularly in regards to repatriation of funds. The second one, I'm trying to that's what I really, if you're talking about, for that one is sector based, right? They have put it open. These are the requirements for setting up a business. These are the taxes that for this. These are the laws governing this. Why it's a lot easier here? They have one regulatory body to deal with that they set up specifically a one-stop shop to deal with all prospective investors. That's the Rwanda Development Board. I can tell you that even this your visit, if you had told us or contacted the Rwandan Development Board, they would take charge of organizing everything. They even have a fee for that. They will bring you to their office, get the relevant people there, you will interface and ask all the questions with the authorities there. We have done that for several groups that have come on some exploratory tour, study tour, all those things. And they will even arrange your meetings with other sectors. That's how they have set up their structure to attract foreign investors. Something similar to what we have like the NIPC. But this is a smaller place, so it controls all that. Really, they do. And then, to your second question regarding repatriation, maybe it's a misconception on the earlier things that we talked about. The policy they have brought, it's something that they're just starting, which is like a week or two, but it's something that has already been there before with the regulations and fines for companies that violate it. It's not really something to stop financial investment, foreign investors. And I'm not aware of any regulation as of yet regarding Rwanda, in Rwanda, I mean, by the Rwandan government regarding repatriation. There is no restriction to repatriating your funds, not that I'm aware of. There is no restriction. I'm not, if I stand to be corrected, there is none. So this is one of the cell signs of this place. You make your money, you move it out. There is no restriction. And like I said earlier too, we have 2 Nigerian banks here. So I move money from my Access Bank here to Access Bank in Abuja. And that's it. It's just the bank charges, the normal bank charges. There is no... So for a Nigerian investor, I said this is even the selling side. We have 2 Nigerian banks to choose from. So I'm not aware of any restriction, but I will allow also your counterpart who is in this sector to shed more light, because they too, this is what they do to sell. What you're talking about, trying to get Nigerians to do that. They are the one, they develop properties, they sell properties, and they are attracting people to come and buy. And they talk about the return on investment and they make it clear. So I'll allow a developer like you to answer that aspect so that you will know.
Thank you so much. I don't have more to add to what you say. What I'm just going to add is just simple one. They did not restrict anything from returning your investment. That is not what they meant. What I meant is just pricing or invoicing in dollars, which means like if you have any beyond that, you go to the RDB or anywhere, you find they will give you like authorization to have them like in dollars. So don't just make it hard. It's not really hard. There's a flexibility there. So what it needs, you go there, you give you cite your what you want, like if you return investment or whatever you're just going to do, and they will just give you guidance and everything. So your return might be in dollars or in Rwandan francs, still they're going to be like your return according to what you offered. Because even some people are investing in dollars, the same thing, they're having their return investment in dollars. So it's only about just invoicing or other services or goods you're giving in Rwanda to be in dollars. But there will be a flexibility as you may think. So one thing to do, just you having any bank in Rwanda, as you say, you have like so many banks in Rwanda, you collaborate with them, and then they will help you to just make your investment in any foreign currency. And that's all. Thank you so much.
Sorry, let me just quickly clear something so that we don't have to get ourselves confused about this. Like when I was talking, I talked about if you are investing in another country, especially like in Rwanda, you should understand that you are a local businessman here, not an international businessman. So the issue of repatriation of funds should not actually be a problem for a local business person. But the issue I was trying to point out when I talk about that's actually transfer, because that is the international financial unit issues that has to do with the intelligence. So that's entirely different from this, when we're talking about transfer, moving money from one country to another in a domiciliary account. Those are actually different. Like Mr. Selin said, you have an account in, you have an access account in Rwanda and you have in Nigeria. That shouldn't even be a problem because the link is very, very clear. I've been able to do that between Accra and Nigeria. Both of them access accounts. So those are not actually, we're talking about move. Even in Nigeria, it just happened to me before I left Nigeria. I was trying to transfer dollar from one Nigeria domiciliary account to another Nigeria domiciliary account, which is not possible. So what you do in that case is that you actually take Naira, you withdraw the Naira and pay into, you withdraw the dollar, sorry, in your domiciliary account and pay into another, the cash into another dollar account. This has nothing to do with the ease of doing business. It is an international thing. It has to do with financial intelligence unit. So I don't want us to confuse that. So I think, I hope we get that clearly now.
Welcome everybody. My name is Emmanuel, MD of Jollof Kigali. So a few business I've done in Rwanda. When it comes to the real estate, when they are talking about the tax, I've done quite a few. When I buy property, the seller pays 2.5% to government. If you're selling to me this, I don't pay anything. But you that you're selling to me, the amount you sell to me, you pay 2.5% of that to government. And that is the only thing you're going to pay. So, but for me now, if I'm reselling it back, I'm also obligated to pay 2.5 to government. So that is how the real estate tax or this thing goes, different from other businesses. Other businesses, you have to do your what is it called, your EBM, your tax returns and all that. Then in terms of moving money back, I've sold a property that I went to bank, though the money came in local currency. The challenge I had was not having dollar. So the bank was not having dollar, but they put you on the queue pending when they have dollar. But if you are in a haste, you can go out and get dollar. But once you have dollar there, any amount you have, you can move. Because I did almost $600,000 and it went. I wasn't asked any question. I wasn't invited for anything, and everything just went like that. So I just want to give a little bit of insight on that.
Thank you. I think that's a good insight. Yes.
I have a question to ask. Thank you, everybody. I want to stand on the existing protocol. My name is Engineer Ike Chukwuwanko, MD, CEO, Johnny Kings Global Solutions Limited, a real estate firm in southeastern part of Nigeria. My question is, what are the challenges from the local communities? I don't know if there are local communities here in Rwanda. Like Omolile? Yes, like Omolile. Autonomous communities. What are the challenges that a foreign investor have to bear in mind? Exactly. When investing in Rwanda.
Okay, my brother. So, so I think that is the difference it makes with Rwanda and Nigeria. There is no challenge because once you find a place, a property you want to buy, a land or a property, existing one or anything, you have nothing like Omonile, nothing. You only just need to verify. And this person, you go to the system, you just get, there is the land property number. You just give to anybody. You just check online for you. You see the picture of the owner. If they are husband and wife, you see the picture, everything. Then you have an agreement. You make payment. Transfer is done by a notary. You don't even need a legal whatever. No, by a notary. They transfer to your name. You pay your money. You're done. You go and clear the person go and clear the government tax. Then bring it. Then the notary do the transfer, and that is it. you start your building. There is nothing like Omonile or anybody coming to disturb you in your property.
Good afternoon, all protocol duly observed. I'm Dr. Francis Adekunle Adegbenro, GMD Renovate Group. You can never tell how wise your question is or how foolish until you ask. I see Rwanda as a place that is a tourist attraction. And that's the attraction for me. And I'm looking at a kind of real estate that can meet the needs of tourists. So the question is, are there regulations, just as it is in Abuja, where you can't cite certain kind of structure or, let me say, tourist property, land use? Is it applicable here, and how do you go about such things? Thank you very much.
At this point in time, honestly, I will crave your indulgence and seek your kind permission so that we will go back to the office, because it's already 2 o'clock. We've taken the whole day to be able to go on it, because now most of the I would say, I've set forth for you to continue with your interactions. And most of the questions that you're going to ask are going to be best answered by your counterparts who are in the sector and luckily present. And then you also have one of our own who is a co-organizer of this summit, Jollof KIGALI, who has been doing a business here. If I may add, it's one of the respectable businessmen, a household name in Rwanda. Tap as much as you can from him, including there isn't hidden with this place. Because I know we have our own skepticisms because of some of our processes. There isn't, but then even if there are any, in quotes, I would rather use hurdles than, because in every venture, there are some hurdles that you might go through, so that he can also give you experience. I can stand and say it's foreigner friendly, it's investor pro. They did not open until they're sure that you are welcome. They want people to come to invest. And you are not going to have any issue with that. But that's truth. But my job is not to bring you people to come and invest here, it's to take them to go and invest in Nigeria. That's what government is paying me for. It's to take money back to Nigeria. But again, yes, if a Nigerian comes here to facilitate any Nigerian business, because my primary responsibility as the mission here is also to protect the interests of Nigeria and Nigerians here. So it is on that note that I'm doing what I'm doing here, and I'll allow you people to continue. But be rest assured that really there are no challenges of any hidden. And then when it comes to integrity, also, I can say that without doubt, that 9 out of 10 officials or people that you will interact with here in Rwanda, you can be guaranteed of integrity. The bottlenecks you will get is if you try in any way to exploit loopholes and say you want to circumvent this. I must caution all of you coming here with that. Yes, it's welcoming. Yes, but do not even contemplate violating or circumventing processes. For whatever, whoever tells you. Because it's a close-knit society. And they'll get to you. So the person that you are even likely coming to meet to exploit, if at all you intend to do that, will be the person to go and report. There's a strong civic responsibility on the part of the citizens. He will be the one to go and report you. So you do your business, they'll grant you, but they are monitoring you. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. Whatever we're doing here also is monitored. So if you're intending to come here to do any business, come knowing that you're going to come and do straight by the book business. Nothing more. As the High Commissioner, I must end this by letting you people know this. That's why I'm emphasizing on the issue of no. Work with the authorities. What they have put, they have put. This issue of saying you may not understand, no, that's where you get into wrong hands. And it's no different from a foreigner, from a British person, from a Rwandese. Everybody follows the same. Don't think that if you now get a local, you might get better. No. In this place, no. It's the same. What applies to the citizens applies to. So, Chairman, I will want to please plead. If I also have time, I will still stop by tomorrow towards the end to get the feel of your outcome. Because we have something in the morning, yes, but possibly. So I would thank you all, honestly, for giving me this honor to be amongst your midst. And I hope I've also been, have impacted a bit on what you have come to do. Thank you so much.